Hey everybody, welcome back to the Abundance 3 podcast. I'm Janice Luke, I'm your host, and I'm here with my co-host.
April Capri, how are we?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Girl, I'm great. I'm loving it. I just love it here. I love it here. We meet
Me
so many cool
too.
people.
It's been great. We're already 5 episodes in, and girl, I'm digging those earrings and that blue on you. You look nice.
Ooh. You do too. Where are that pretty hair hiding at?
Oh, well, girl, I was covering up my logo, so you know how to put it back tonight. It's all good. It'll
It's
probably come
so
out in another
pretty.
episode.
I love it. Bring the afro back now. You
I
look
will. Yeah. I
as
wanted to
always.
say before we brought our guest up, this is our fifth episode, and
Yes.
we were celebrating like building success in non-traditional ways. So we want to hear from you. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, please sign in with us. Tap in with us at theabundancetree.org. Sign up. We have dates coming up that you can record with us and get you seen and out there. And we want to hear your journey. You don't have to have it all together. I think it's important that we share our journey. So tap in with us, the Abundance Tree, theabundancetree.org, right? Did I say it wrong?
.org. Link in the description box. Link
Yeah,
is in
we'll
the
put the link
description
down
box.
there.
Absolutely.
All right.
Um,
So with that being said, who do we have
We
tonight?
have a wonderful guest tonight. She is a true powerhouse who effortlessly balances multiple roles and thrives in each one. She's a wife, a loving mom, a competitive bowler, a community influencer, and a creative mastermind. But what truly sets her apart is her unwavering commitment to entrepreneurs and their dreams. She has a track record of over 10,000 hours of productivity time building the lives of visionaries. She handles their aspirations with a unique blend of precision and care. So today we have the privilege of diving into the life and wisdom of Jasmine Munn,
Jasmine Boy, come on
the
down, Jasmine.
greatest
All right. Hey,
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Hey, girl. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl,
How are
hey.
you, Jasmine? How's it
Good. How
going?
are y'all?
We're doing
Loving it.
wonderful.
Jasmine
We're
bring
so
the energy, man.
right. We're so happy that you came on with us. So, what do you have to tell us? Tell us about yourself.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. It's like, where did I start? Man, so I want to start kind of back when I like got started on my like entrepreneurial journey. So I went and got my bachelor's. And one interesting fact about me is that I'm a competitive bowler. So for those of y'all that bowl, like would love to bowl with y'all one day. That's my whole
That's
jam.
I
awesome.
saw
Been
that. That's
bowling since I was
different.
5. Yeah,
Girl,
yeah.
because when I tell
I
you
was
I bowl
5.
like you can't see my hands, I bowl the ball like this. I'm not even playing.
I
I'm so serious.
love it.
I have fun, but then I compete and make money too. So that's a whole
Oh, look out.
Okay, hustle queen.
Awesome.
Look.
yeah. So that's where it started. When it got a full ride bowling scholarship to get my bachelor's in business management, and then after that, I was awarded the opportunity to go and open a bowling center on a university campus coming right out of college, which was
What?
cool. So, and I got
What?
my MBA there. They paid for it. And
What?
that's kind of when things started for me because after I finished that, then I got pregnant with my oldest daughter.
Wow.
And as much as I loved what I was doing, right? A bowling, loved what I was doing, I couldn't commit to the schedule and the times and just everything. So I left that to go and be a stay-at-home mom. And literally that's kind of what started this that opened up all these doors I didn't even know existed at that time. And so I was like, I'm gonna go and be a stay-at-home mom. And then I quickly found out that this is not for me. I was
Oh.
I give all the credit to all the stay-at-home moms. I was like, it was cool, but I was like, I wanted to do more. I wanted to contribute income to the family. My husband and I had a trucking company, but he was on the road, all the time. So I had no family where I was living. I was in Houston. So I'm in Dallas now, but I was in Houston. My mom was about 4 or 5 hours away. I didn't have anyone there. So I was like, well, maybe I'll try to start a business. Never had even thought about it before. My grandmother actually like had a beauty shop for like 30 years, but I just never thought about it because no one had their own businesses like from my cloth, right? So I went online and found the virtual assistant industry. That's how I started. So this was like before COVID, it was kind of evolving, starting to pop, but not really. People were still trying to figure out what it was. Remote work was kind of starting to, this was during that time. So this was like 2017. Some people were working from home, but not a lot of people. And the people thought that the people that worked from home were really lucky because they wanted to do it, but it wasn't really a thing, right? So I came across the virtual assistant industry and I just kind of got started. I started out in a Facebook group and I was researching. I'm like, do this. I was like, I have the soft skills. I was like, but the tools and the systems, I don't know that. I was like, but I'm a fast learner. I could pick it up. YouTube's my friend, right? So that's really how I got started. And I put myself out there in these groups. I'm like, hey, I'm Jasmine. This is what I do. That's what I thought I wanted to do, right? I didn't know at the time, but I was like, this is what I do. And people just started giving me an opportunity just because I was a self-starter and I had those soft skills. And that's kind of what started my whole journey into this small business world. And what's been really cool about it is I have three small kids, 7, 5, and 2. So that has taken me through all those kids and just everything that comes with being a mom and having multiple kids. It was at one point I had 3 under the age of 5.
Oh, wow.
Like they were 5, 3, and like she was a baby. Like that's that's really, really tough. And my husband, he's been driving trucks for years and years. So even when he became local, he came up the road, he was still working long hours. So I'm like, somebody's got to be flexible in here. So but it's been an awesome journey. I've done a lot of things. Honestly, I've had like 2 virtual assistant agencies, shut those down because I didn't like the way that I started them. And part of it was one of the first agency, I didn't know my numbers. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not the best at math. Let me take that back. Math can be more challenging for me. And if I don't have someone in my corner to kind of help me, and keep in mind, y'all, I was a whole business major. I took accounting, I took finance, I took all these classes, but it was just really hard. So my first agency, it was like I didn't do my numbers that well. So things didn't really line up like it was supposed to. So then I shut that one down. So then I was working by myself. It was cool. It was cool. Then I was like, oh, start another agency. And I want you to know, I started these agencies only because I got busy with work. It wasn't because I desired to go out and do this. It was because I had all these people want to work with me. I'm like, dang, I can't handle all this by myself. It's like, I need some help. So it kind of transitioned and forced me to start these agencies, which is a great problem to have. And I wasn't complaining on this.
Yeah, I was about to say that's an awesome problem to have.
Right. I was like, but this is still early on, right? So this was probably like year 2 for me. I'm still fresh. I'm still trying to figure out this whole thing. And I was doing everything. I was doing general administration and social media. I was building websites. I was doing all this stuff, still trying to figure out things, right? And then that agency, I didn't hire the right talent. So I'm a very it's hard for me to say no. Like my personality is hard for me to say no. So I'll talk about that in a second. So that's like a really big thing in business. Is huge, even with the different personality types, like that's a big one. But I didn't do my due diligence. Lesson learned. I didn't do test projects. I just went off of their word and what was on their resume, and it was a complete failure. They weren't who they say they were. I found them in different places, like in Facebook groups or people referring people, and it was just a mess, y'all. Like it was, I was like, nope.
Staffing is crazy.
Yeah. So let's talk more about that process. So when you're looking for a virtual assistant or you're starting, essentially it's virtual assistants are working in your agency. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. So like I would go get the work and then, they would be under me and I would dish off the work to them. Yeah.
Right. And so
I want to go back to, you were a business major. I just want to just sit in the fact to your defense, how little, when people go to school for business, how little the institutional business classes actually teach you about business. So when you get into it, you still be lost and you still have to learn from experience and by things not going the way they're supposed to work and all this stuff. You would think, like it just doesn't prepare you to be out there on your own. Like I just definitely want to teach, bring that fact back up because it's crazy. You're not the only one.
Exactly. And I took like 1 or 2 entrepreneurial classes in my bachelor's, probably 1 or 2 with my MBA. I'm like, I went and got my whole MBA and I still wasn't 1,000% prepared, so
it's like, not the same.
Right. It just seems like in the college classes, I can speak for being in education too. It's more of the ideal book. It's not the same. It's not realistic because when you get out there, in my case, in the classroom, it's not realistic, but you do learn, but it's a big difference once you're out there,
big difference. So yes, thank you for that's a whole thing there.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's a real thing. And I tell people that. I have people ask me, should I like start my business or go get my master's? I'm like, please like start your business.
Because
I'm
it's a
like,
misconception because people feel like they need that to do this, and you know what I mean. And it's such a big gap and disconnect between the two, and you wouldn't think that, you know what I mean. Like even the tax aspect, like you can be good at math and be terrible at business taxes just because it's different. You know, it's different codes and it's different systems and it's different purposes and stuff like that. Like it just it's not the same.
that's a whole
Right.
thing. Yes, thank you.
Girl, it's a lot. But
Absolutely. But I want to say I commend you because you have small children. You're starting a business. That's impressive. I'm telling you.
and you
And you
didn't
started
give up.
early. Like you got into the work from home, like agency business, even pre-COVID. That's early. So that's awesome. You got the
Okay.
jump, I think. You got the jump.
COVID. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I appreciate that. And it's so funny because when COVID started at that time, how old were they? COVID turned. So it was 3 and 1 was a baby. They're like 18 months apart.
Oh
So
wow.
they were really close. So, you know, I was helping people start their businesses. I was so honored. I was helping people start their businesses during COVID. And I'll never forget how busy I was, but also like blessed and busy. I was like, wow, I get to really help. Like people knew, they're like, wait, Jasmine's been doing this for a few years. Let me go talk to her. And I was like, I can help you do this. I can help you do that. I can help you set up this and that. And it was awesome just to see the looks on people's faces, just for me to help them get started. That was everything for me during COVID because, you know, I was at home with the kids going crazy. My husband, like his career is like, what is it called? He was an essential worker. So he was in and out. I didn't have to leave. And they were so small, you know, they were only in daycare. So they just stayed home with me. So I never left. So that's like what kept me going, like outside of just being a mom and doing the house duties. Like that was everything for me during COVID. That
I
was truly,
love it.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That is so good. So let's talk more about like present time, like your business now. What are you into? What do you got going on?
Ooh, what don't I have going on? You know, so you know, I was a virtual assistant for many years. And then the past probably 2 years, I have, you know, I've had marketing agency or whatever, where I brought in like people and I had like a team that I worked alongside with. And then I transitioned into, because over the years, I realized I like the systems part of this online space. I've worked with a lot of niches, but I feel like I thrive the best with coaches and consultants to understand them. I understand what they do, how they do it, what they need to be doing. I can anticipate their needs no matter what direction they're trying to go. It doesn't matter what type of consultant or coach they are. Like I get it and I love it. Like I love the space. And so that's when I like niche down to tech. So I was the past year, I'm like, I'm a whole like systems consultant, but I didn't call myself that. I didn't call myself a virtual assistant either. It was just like Jasmine, right? They knew like what I did or I had a team or whatever. And it wasn't until recently where I was exposed to the Fund Your Freedom Challenge. That changed my
Wow.
life. That changed my life mindset wise, because what I'm doing now, I was always doing, just I was getting underpaid to do it. I was like,
Mm.
you know, instead of getting paid 150 an hour, I was only getting paid $30 an hour.
It was a wake up call.
It was a wake up call. My confidence level is on 1,000.
I
You
love
know,
it.
because I think I'm better than anyone, but because I know what I bring to the table. So that challenge and then getting into the mentorship, that has completely changed my life. Like it has
I'd
changed.
have to.
Like my confidence level is off the roof.
I
And
love
because of that, when I walk in a room or when I talk to people, they hear and see that, like they feel it. Like you feel the vibes when someone is, you know, and then sometimes people talk about those people, but it's like, hold up, like, no, they're doing their thing. Let them do their thing. Let them shine and
Right.
do that. Right. So that's been awesome. So like I consider myself like a systems consultant, systems coach. So I help people streamline their systems. I help people set up their systems in their business, operational and technical. So those processes that you need when you're hiring somebody or onboarding a new client or capturing your lead, all those things. And I try to get people to understand that tech is not hard. Systems aren't hard. There's this stigma, there's this rumor out there like, oh, I heard that was really hard to do. Well, it's really not. You just haven't really been with the right person to break it down for you in a way that you understand and
right.
to side by side with you. So that's kind of my angle and what I really like to focus on. Because at the end of the day, as a CEO, you can hire all the virtual assistants you want, but if you don't know how anything works, that's a problem. So and true. Then what if you don't work with those virtual assistants any longer? Your business still has to run.
Yeah.
Right. So you need a place to do that. So I've seen that just over the years, but just bringing awareness to people understanding that they need systems and that it's one of the key foundations to their business. You need the operational piece and you need the technical systems.
I was going to say, like the foundational necessities to like literally every business.
Yeah.
Right. And both can be automated, correct? Talk about that. Talk about that.
Automation is everything. Like, we want to be as effective as possible. Time is not on our side. We all know that. Time, I'm like, dang, like I'm what? Like almost mid-30s. Like what happened? But time is, kids growing up fast. So we want to be as effective as possible, just so we can live our lives and be with our families and just do all the things, right? And so a good way to do that is automation. Like you literally can automate like 99% of your business. Wow. You can have things working for you, have your systems work for you and not the other way around. So I talk about that all the time. And I'm like, are you manually like trying to schedule a call with someone? It's like, no, like we're not doing that. Like, what are you doing? No, you're going to send them a link and they're going to find a convenient time on your calendar and everything's going to be hooked up in the back end. So it shows up on your calendar and theirs, and you get an email when they book that call. And that's just like on a small level. Think about like your whole business as a whole. Like it's so like, yeah, you can automate, even like on the personal side. Let's not just talk about business. Think about your personal life. What are the, think about the different things that you can automate and be convenient. I have my groceries delivered. I build it in. I don't have time to go to the store, just small things, right? I'm about to start having someone come and do my clothes. For the family, a family of 5, 3 small kids. Yeah, it takes me like a whole day to wash clothes, and that's not the best use of my time, right? So just think about the different, ways you could become more efficient personally and professionally too. There's a million ways. Lots of, what? I saw a service. Someone comes and scoops dog poop.
Girl, yes, I had to look for one. I had to look for one, and I didn't know it was a thing. Because it was several of them.
Yeah.
Everybody has dogs, like everybody has dogs, it's a whole thing. And yeah, that's a service. I'm like, whoa. So, just putting those things, that's a system. You have someone come and do that. You don't have to do it. So when they come and do that, you could be spending that time doing something else. Right. And that's what it's about. Yeah.
Right.
That's what makes it so valuable too, because technology can be or is intimidating to a lot of people. On top of it seemed like it changed every other 6 hours and it's something new and this doesn't work anymore and it's an update and what does this even mean, because I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not really that fluent with the technology changes and stuff like that. So this is so incredibly valuable to people. What is exactly lead twist? Like, what is it?
Lead twist. So yeah, I didn't even get to that. So went along my journey. People were throwing me in the fire, fix this, fix that. My website's here. I'm sending emails over here. I'm like, whoa. So I was finding solutions to those problems, making sure those systems were talking and doing what they were supposed to do in the back end. So when they had a launch and people were trying to buy their stuff, that everything lined up like it needed to. And I'm like, I don't like any of these systems out here. I was like, what if there was an all-in-one software that could do all of these things? I was like, that would really help my clients. And so that's what prompted me to start my own SaaS business, which has been freaking awesome because me doing the done for you and the implementation for people, like I had that as a resource. I'm like, hey, I'm just moving you here, right? They don't care. They just want the solution. Most businesses, they don't care how you do it. They just want it done. That's what I have found the past 6 or 7 years. Care what goes out in the background. They're like, this is my end goal. What's the solution to my end goal?
Right. So and what's SaaS? You said SaaS. Is it SaaS?
Yeah, system as a software. SaaS.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Learn something today.
Going back to the systems and the technology.
Systems
it's like capital S, lowercase a, capital S. It's like if you see it, it's a whole thing. And so people are, doing different things with systems, all types of stuff. You see the AI industry going like crazy. People like it's really cool. And anybody can really start a SaaS business if they desire for anything that they're trying to do. I've seen a little bit of everything. And so that's kind of what got me started with that. And it's just been awesome. And that ties right into me being like a systems consultant, because I'm like, yeah, now I have a CRM of choice. I have a tool of choice that I can kind of control the things and the outcomes that my clients get, because everything that's there, like I can customize it and do the things that I want to do with it. So it's really, it goes hand in hand with all the implementation services, that's offered, and all the different strategic partners I have, and different, offers and things I have with them. It works out so well. So Lead Twist is like this all-in-one system where you can do a lot of things. Like, people are running 95 to 97% of their business out of there, from their website hosting to funnels, text message marketing, email marketing. You can connect your social media accounts, schedule your social media posts. If you desire to build a course one day, you can host that in there. If you're someone that has like a Facebook community or desire to have one, there's a communities area in there. Forms, you can build forms, you can build surveys. I know I'm missing like a lot of things. There's a CRM portion, right? So just like you have your phone book and you have your contacts in there, you need to have the same thing in your business, where you have prospects and leads or current clients. You just need to keep that stuff organized. And so we have that option in there too. Your calendar. So if people book calls with you, whether it's a copy chat or a consultation, or you have like a paid strategy call, it supports that as well. And I know I'm missing stuff, but it does a lot. There's some AI functions in there too, kind of like ChatGPT, which you actually can connect that. But there's a content AI in there, and there's another one to like create images. I know I'm missing stuff, but
it's all the things,
that's
right? All the things in one place. All the things in one place.
And you payment invoices too. You can send your invoices. So if you have paid, you have paid products, you can send your invoices out of there, proposals and estimates. Some other customizations are if you run ads, if you're someone that runs ads, so there's an ads launcher in there where you can use AI to create your copy for your ads, and then you just
how much ads cost. What?
So do that. And awesome. There's a lead generation piece in there too, where you can go and look for leads by industry, by like person or position title, or off of a specific website. So
wow, that's huge. That's huge.
Girl, that's enormous. Awesome. Hold on, drop the mic. Fire in the chat. Drum roll, please.
That's where it all begins. You gotta have lead generation, whether it be organic or just like you said, you have a lead generation software right in one place.
Crazy.
That's awesome.
Exactly. And the biggest thing also I try to get people to understand is, having everything in one place. I explain why. Because like when you're out there and you're on ManyChat, or you're out there on Facebook and you're doing these things, all of these marketing efforts, whether organic or paid, we want to make sure all that data collects in one place. So it's important. Like, that's why that's what prompted me to even start doing SaaS in the first place, is because I'm like, you're doing all these things. I'm like, you're confused. Now you're confusing me. So I'm like, I just need you to go to this one place. I can help you manage this one thing. And so it works very, very well. And people, it's a desktop version, mobile app, like all the things. So it's awesome.
And I bet you it's more cost efficient instead of people going to, email responder here, calendar here, that
all these different systems. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you can host your websites and funnels, and it's it's more cost efficient. So I'm sure.
Exactly. But you know what? I see where it came from now, because for you, you know what I mean, starting in this way and then it changed, and then trying to do everything by yourself. I see where it started to come from. Like, no, I'm gonna put all this in one spot.
Yeah,
exactly. Yes, I'm like, I like simplicity.
Oh wow, and a masterpiece is one. That's crazy.
That's awesome. So like, if someone wanted to like get with you, their new startup, and they need a website, they don't know where to start. Like, what's the process of you onboarding them? What would you tell them? Like, how would you onboard them?
What would I tell them? So we are running a promotion for free websites. So
you said for who? Say again.
For free.
I thought I heard free. I thought I heard free, girl. You
know that. So this is a way for me to give back, because I understand. I've been there. I have been there and I get it. So we're building free websites where you only have to pay for your hosting.
What?
Yes, hosting. Professional website. We'll connect your domain. We'll do all the pieces. You just sit back, kick your feet up, and we'll get it done for you.
And they have a website, like a www.
At
What?
www. A
Dot
whole,
their
What?
business.com.
yes.
Oh my
Oh,
God, girl, look.
yes.
Wow.
Where are they doing that at,
Yeah.
girl? That's a
Mm-mm.
game
So
changer.
we're gonna.
Especially
Doing that.
as an
Nobody's.
entrepreneur myself, I struggle with my website, girl, because I'm coming over there.
I think that a lot of people need their websites and
Yeah,
things connected. So that's awesome. Thank you. That link will be in the description.
it will.
So yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I
So
have another goodie. I have another goodie. So if you're
uh-oh.
someone that
Okay.
is struggling to get leads, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all 20 free leads.
What?
On the house. On the
Hold
house.
up. Let me take this off.
On the
Hold on
house.
now. Let me take this.
20 free
What?
leads
I'm
on
gonna jump through the
house.
computer. I'm gonna jump through the computer right now.
Y'all, I'm trying to get value where I can. I get it.
Yeah.
I want to see everybody win. I
So
want to see everybody win.
hold up. So you're gonna build their website, and they only cost the paper hosting for free. Okay, free website, just paper hosting, and then you're gonna get them started with leads, 20 free leads. You're
Yeah.
gonna get
Now, if
them
that
started
ain't a
with
starter
20.
pack,
Oh wow, already customer base to start out with, right there.
Yep.
That's
right?
It's going
awesome.
to be specific to who you are really trying to target. I will ask you, and we will go and we will pull a list for you. And so you will have a list of 20.
That's
You are
awesome.
truly for the people. You know that. You know that.
I'm just trying to be a resource. I'm just trying to be a vessel.
Trying
I'm
to be.
trying to be a vessel.
I
Trying
really
to
think there's a
be.
big
You
need for
are.
I am
that.
a
You
vessel.
are.
There you go.
You
I'm a
are.
vessel. Yeah, I truly believe that. I'm like,
Well,
however I can help. And I was like, if I don't have the answer, I have a whole inner circle, and I'm sure someone does. Like, so I try to pull people into the ecosystem. I'm like, you may want to stay tapped in with me, because if it's not me, I'm pretty sure I have somebody else that has a solution to your problem.
That's awesome. I love it. And also, you were throwing around some terms earlier, like CRM and funnels, and a lot of people may not know those terms, but y'all need to get with Jasmine because she'll teach you all that and break
Yeah.
it down so it's easy to understand. She'll walk
Mm-hmm.
you through the whole process step by step. So y'all need to
I
connect with
will.
Jasmine. Speaking
Yeah.
of connect with Jasmine, do you where can people find you? Are you like don't you have like Instagram that connect with Jasmine?
I do. Instagram,
Oh,
TikTok, Facebook, literally
okay.
connect with Jasmine exactly how it is spelled. There's an E on my name and an S, not a Z. So yes, head to connect with Jasmine, and let's connect. I love networking. I love meeting new people. And I'm always going to ask you, how can I support you? And what does that look like? I'm here for it all. So yes, please come and say hi. I would love to meet every single one of you.
That's
oh,
awesome. So, is there like an educational piece? Like, I mean, I know you break it down for them, but do you like what other things are you working on with you and your team, and or is there time for them to like spend some time with you? You know, and like,
Yeah, sure. Oh my
oh,
gosh,
okay,
there's so many ways. One thing that I do, I have a lunch and learn series every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central, where we talk about the power of systems in business. And so right now, we were talking about capturing your lead, nurturing your lead, and closing your lead in the onboarding process. So we kind of do the curriculum based on a monthly basis. And so it's recorded, and if you register, I'll send you, the replay if you register, but it's been awesome. Like the group, the same people have been coming. And I just started that a few weeks ago. And it's been awesome. And I will continue to do that. So that's another way for me to kind of, drop some gems, get to know you, but also you kind of understand this whole world and some of the things that you're definitely going to need when you get started with your business.
that's
I
awesome.
love
That's awesome.
it.
So that's you said lunch and learn
Yeah,
every
so lunch
Tuesday.
and learn. Yeah. So bring something to eat. I'm not going to be eating some be talking, but get poured into with education and with food too. That's kind of the goal around that. So
You can't beat
That's
it.
so wonderful.
yeah.
That's so wonderful. So we have a few more minutes. So, like, can you give some advice? People get discouraged because they get overwhelmed with, starting and they don't know where to start. I mean, give some advice to encourage somebody like starting new. I don't know what you can like encourage or words of encouragement, advice, additional gems.
Just do it by any means necessary. And I think it starts with your why. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? You need to figure that out, because what is that motivation? You have extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. Like, which is it for you? And one of the biggest things I've learned from a mentor over this past summer is a lot of people say that you should have the intrinsic, but you need to find the extrinsic too. Is it your kids? Is it your mom? Is it your grandmother? Is it whatever it is? Because that can drive you probably even further than your intrinsic motivation, because that is what gives you your intrinsic motivation. So I would just say, just do it, and do it ugly. It's not going to be perfect. Just get started. There's no perfect time to start a business. I don't care how long you map it out and create a strategy plan or what coach you get. It is never going to be perfect. Get started. Have a vision, get started. The pieces will fall in place. The blessings will fall in place, and the resources will fall in place. And also have an accountability partner or group. Try to stay tapped in with people that will continue to push you and challenge you to keep going, because it does get lonely. It gets very lonely, and it gets hard. And the times you want to cry, right? You need a shoulder for that. And it may not be your significant other or a family member, because some of my closest friends are people that I met in the online space and we've never met in person. Those are some of my closest friends. And so they're amazing. And through all the ups and downs I've had, they're there for my wins, but they're there when I'm struggling. I'm like, I need you, you know, I'm and they're there for that. So those are probably the main things that I would say. Just do it. Just do it.
Absolutely. And you talked about having a vision. The Bible says to write it down and write it down. So you have your vision, write it down and make it plain, right? And that way, if you were to consult with Jasmine and connect with Jasmine, you have a plan to bring to her, and so she'll be able to consult you on how to get things moving and get things started in a more efficient way. So I can add to what you just said. That's so awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, you are so amazing. You juggle your children, and it's so great to see the things that you're doing and accomplishing. And thank you so much for the free leads and the website opportunity. That is so awesome. We'll have all that in the description. So, April, do you have any final thoughts or questions for Jasmine?
I'm just so blown away just by everything, by your story, by how you stuck with it, how you pivoted, and how you just grew. And I'm just excited for you. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. And I just love what you're doing for other people, girl. You are just such a beautiful person inside and out. And thank you for sharing that with the world and with us and just with people who need you. Because like I said, we're all living testimonies. It's not super easy. So like you said, having a network, having the systems as a software. I'm learning already. See you having an impact, girl. But thank you for all of that. Just having those things in place are major. So thank you for giving people solid options and being so involved with the communities that you're serving, girl. You're amazing. For real.
Yes.
Of course. And one last thing I want to throw on too. I know we're out of time. I just want to say, like, if I can do it with the small kids, like by any means necessary, hanging off of me on Zoom meetings, and I'm trying to focus. If I can do that, you can do anything you put your mind to. Like I said, it kind of goes back to motivation, but that you can do it. I'm just saying that you can do it. You can
no excuses allowed.
No excuses. That's where I'm getting at. No excuse. I'm like, if I have you can do it. You can do it. And it's not supposed to be easy, because if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
That's true.
The journey is not just this straight path. No, it's going to be like this. It's okay. It's okay.
And we're going to celebrate that, because in the end, we're all going to win. It's going to be awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
And thank you so much for coming on. And I hope that you can join us again on a future podcast to see the journey, to see the progress.
Awesome. Thank y'all for doing this. Thank you just for everything. And thank you for giving us a platform to tell our story and just to motivate and educate and inspire others. So y'all are freaking amazing. And I'm so glad. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Thank you so much. Oh, I'm going to jump to the computer, give you a big old hug.
Virtual hug.
All right. Well, this has been the Abundance Tree Podcast. Again, so I'm Janice Luke and for Jasmine Mugg. Yay! Thank you, y'all. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.